guys, how are you? This is my fall inspired makeup tutorial. I wanted to do something that was nice and warm and could really go well with Indian skin tones, which is why I've gone for the colors that I have like you're seeing right now. I want to give you a fair warning. If you guys don't see me smiling through this video, it's because I shot it on the 29th of August and it was a pretty stressful day for everybody. I hope everybody's safe. Anyway, getting back to the makeup tutorial, I started out with using the Clinique oil instead of moisturizer and the Sephora primer, and I went in with my Body Shop foundation. I used the shade 050 Sicily Amber, which is working really well for me. It's super matte, but of course you have to sort of combine with a few other products, which is why I used the NYX concealer to sort of go over my under eyes and a few basic highlight spots on my face to give it a natural look, but also something that looks nice and covers my dark spots. This NYX palette actually comes with a contour option also in it. Unfortunately, I haven't used it much, so I don't know too much about it. But what I do want to tell you is that the orange shade in this is really nice if you sort of need correcting on your under eyes. Then going over to the contouring and the highlighting. Now here I did something different this time. Typically, I don't really go really hard on the contouring, but this time I wanted to do more than I normally do, so I've used my Smashbox Highlight and Contour Kit, which by the way is bomb. I'm gonna add the link to the whole full face Smashbox tutorial down below and up as well, so make sure you guys take a look at it. And I used my Face It concealer and highlighter. I actually bought this with the intention of using it as a proper concealer, but I realized it's too light for me, so I landed up using it, well, finally, to highlight my face. It also has a little liquid side, which I will use in one of the other tutorials and show you guys. Now, I don't typically do this to my face. I don't draw this chart, but after seeing it all over the internet, I had to give it a shot. I've done lighter versions of this before, but I'm definitely glad that I tried this out, and I'm glad that I could actually do it. You know, I think I did it pretty well, so I'm glad I could do it as well as I did. Don't forget that you have to use separate brushes for your highlight and contour, because otherwise you're just gonna make a khichdi. Well, so I went in and blended up, because you know that blending is the biggest secret behind making your makeup look as flawless as you can. I went over all the highlight spots and contour spots on my face with different brushes, and I think I sort of enjoyed this process a little more than I was supposed to. Had good fun playing with it. I like that part about it. And then I used the NYX translucent powder to set it all in. I didn't use my usual MAC NC42 simply because that is a color in itself, and I didn't want to mix up the entire highlight and contour parts of my face. So I wanted to use something that was transparent, and this powder fit the bill just perfectly. It sets your face really nicely, and it comes with a matte finish, which obviously got more matte because my foundation was matte too. Then I went on to the eyes. With the help of the Kylie Jenner bronze palette, I used Citrine, which is a really nice warm orangey tone, just as a base. I also realized that this was gonna work well as a transitional color because I was gonna add a couple of darker browns on this. By the way, the Naked Heat palette looks absolutely amazing, and I'm not gonna lie when I say that because I had that on my mind, I went ahead and used the Citrine, which I haven't used so far. I think I've used it like one time before, but really done nothing much with it. Anyway, then I went on to my Becca palette, and I used a brown tone from here, which is sort of the second or the third darkest one. I think I mixed them a little bit actually. Now, I didn't want to do a smoky eye, but I did go like fairly dramatic with the whole fall theme going on in my mind. I wanted something that was really nice and dark and brownish. To be honest, I also wanted to throw in a little bit of a reddish tone in my eye, but I sort of decided to keep away from that because I thought I was getting too experimental. And let's be real, like I really like to keep my content in a way that you guys can do similar looks, and when you do, please let me know. So I blended these colors in. I used a tad bit of Goldstone from the Kylie palette and added a little more Citrine just to sort of keep the whole thing going and looking nicely. My brow bone also in fact is accentuated with the help of the Goldstone from the Kylie palette, which you'll see right now. I took a second brown tone from the Kylie palette, which is Bronzite, just to sharpen the edges out a little bit. I gave you guys a fair warning, this was going to be a little bit dramatic, but I also realized that while I was doing it, I sort of overdid the definition a little much and went way lower than I was expecting to. So if you guys ever make a mistake like that, you can always use hacks like sellotapes and business cards and stuff. But I went ahead with the concealer technique and just sharpened my eye out over there, which actually did really well for me because I realized that I had that much more control over softening and sort of just manipulating the shape as a whole. So I think I'm going to stick with this, but if you like to put cards and stuff also, listen, whatever works for you. I think those look really cool on video, by the way. Trouble, trouble, trouble. And if you guys are wondering why I didn't do a chatty session, it's because it was pouring outside, so I took the opportunity and played up the music while shooting this tutorial. Anyway, I went over to the spotlight technique and used amber lights from the MAC collection of eyeshadows, which is also one of my current favorites. It really nicely helps you pop that pigment on the eye like you're seeing right now. Blend it in nicely or leave it as is for that sort of 3D effect. It's totally your call. Browsings has totally taken over my eyebrows recently. I'm absolutely loving what they're doing to my brows. I know I need to get my brows done, but I was sort of waiting to sort of leave for my vacation, and I will be doing that only one day before I leave, which is why I was making do with my brows as is. I epilated them a little bit. Anyway, using the gel and then the powder to set it all in, I did my eyes, and then with the plum kajal liner, I finished it off with some falsies. Then I went on to the rest of my face, where I used Sweet Sentiment, a pigment from MAC for the blusher, and also a MAC highlighter, Soft and Gentle, one of my classic favorites. This has been lying broken with me for a while, which I finally fixed. I'm going to put up a video about that on Instagram soon. If I have, I will add the link to that down below. And then I finished off my face look with some R&B from Colourpop, one of my classic favorites, adding the link to Colourpop haul up as well as down, and then I sealed it all in with the help of the NYX matte finishing spray. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you will like, comment, make your friends subscribe, so share it with them, and most of all, I hope you guys were safe on the 29th of August, because that was a pretty tough day. See you guys really soon. I'm going to be leaving for Thailand tomorrow, but there are lots of videos coming your way, so don't forget to stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram because there are lots of updates there every single day. Mwah!